Hi. Look, that's what happened when you start the live. I've literally been sitting here, um, about to push live, and I was talking on the phone. I kept saying, "Girl, let me get off this thing, go live. Let me go and get off this thing, go live." And then I had told her, "Let me send you this video that I want to send her this video." And I said, "Hold on, where's it at?" You know, you send a video. Sometimes it'd be long. It'd be like, "Hold on a second." I was sending my sister a video I had took from the other day when I visited mine. But yes, so I wanted to go ahead and send that to her. But of course, hey Susan, you know what? Oh, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. I had came in at 3:30 actually because I thought I had set it for 3:30, and I came in at 3:30. I said, "Oh, I'm early," and then my sis had sent me a message. I said, "Well, let me call her back." And so then I called her back, and I just talked to her to 3:40. So I was just really sitting back here waiting to push live, and then I looked up and I was past 3:40. I said, "Let me get up out of here," and I just sent her that video. But how you doing? How you doing? I said, "You know what? Maybe I didn't know if you were busy." So I said, "Hey, Marianne." I said, "Well, let me see what's up." Oh, whoa, hey, Red Rocket just jumped on me. Hey, Trick Mama. But yeah, the time just jumped up on me. I said, "Wait a minute, let me get on here, y'all." Because I'm telling you that literally, this is my chillax day. Like this is my, I'm gonna go live in between. I had actually changed my time because when it was turning to 3 o'clock, Rabbit was live and I was watching that too, my doggone self. I was watching Amber before. Like I said, I hop around. I'm gonna be something everywhere when I'm not on a live. I'll be in a live, watching a live, sitting back, catching an upload. Ren Rock, I gotta see that barbecue video. I gotta watch that today. I said, wait, barbecue. I'm always with the food. Uh, I'm always with the food. My auntie famous line when she don't want to do something, and she'll tell you, "Oh, it's time to go to bed. You gotta go get your gown and go to bed." That's how she's telling you. Get on out of here. Get. That's what I was telling my best little video. I knew she was ready for us to go because she said it was time to eat. Time for y'all to go to bed. But yeah, today I just go catch up on some videos, do some lives. Sometimes you have to keep your mind busy in a good way. And so I've learned that too. Like I said, what I've learned more than anything is the things that trigger me, the things that make me, go to places I don't want to go, start thinking about things I don't have a resolve to. And it lead me to once upon a time when I was young, knowing the short version, the little serenity prayer, and all I can really remember right now, I know it, but not to quote it, but all I know is to grant me the wisdom to know the difference, between the things that I can change and the things I can't. And so when it's something I can't change or I got no answers, I'm like, well, me sitting in it, I can't do that all day. So I just stay busy. I'm gonna watch something funny. I'm gonna call somebody and talk to them. I'm gonna listen to some music. And sometimes I have to just go to sleep. Sometimes, like, if you feel a little bit tired, go to sleep. Because none of the stuff you just named is working. You know. Yeah, hold on, y'all. No, I don't need to be reading this on the. I'm reading this from the computer. Y'all know. See what I mean about being hard headed? Do I gotta say that every time I go live? Yes. Because do I do it every time I go live? Yes. Yes, I do. Run. Chronic Space, how you doing? But yeah, so I just came in here now. Like I said, I was watching, the other lives, and y'all know I got different perspectives on tangs. So, for example, when I was watching Amber and I was watching her show the old lives, I remember back when those lives were going on, thinking like, "Oh my God, this this poor man." So bad. Leave it alone. Not yours. Not in my face. But let me go get you some business. You're so nosy. He's such a dog. Oh, Nick, go. Nick. Such a always taking the spotlight. Sorry, y'all. But because the whole time he stepped on my phone, I'm like, wait, what are they talking about? I wasn't trying to repeat that song. Anyway, oh, talking about that, I was like, oh, I felt so sorry for him. And then as things kept going, I said, hold on. This is a movie. And I just started, well, that's what I loved when I would watch Sipping Key. Because, oh, especially when it first started. Because it was like a movie. It was just, oh. I remember when I first started watching Sipping Key and Cooch came in there and they started singing the Cooch song and we were singing it all in the chat. And then later I had to make sure it was known to Cooch, like, oh, I didn't have nothing against you. I just thought that was kind of funny. It's Cooch LaCream. Like Coochie Cream. It's not that far off. So, but it was never, it was just making a laughter. Like, what happened to the laughter? And then it went from laughter to like Law and Order. You know what I mean? Oh, are you on team A? Are you on team B? Are you the prosecutor? Are you the defendant? All this, it became so dark. It just got darker and darker and darker. So it's good to laugh. And I don't even mean laughing at nobody, just laughing at what's out there. Because some of this stuff, if you go tell people who don't watch this, they either going to get mad, think you crazy for watching this, or they're going to laugh. They're going to laugh. Like I said, I know people who don't watch YouTube who know me, and like just from hearing me watch certain people, or when I have it on TV and they can hear it or whatever, like literally it'll be like, either when they talk about John Yates, they're going to say, is that dude that's going to start crying? And this, that's not his name. Or they're going to say, is that dude that I always be like, see you next Tuesday? Because I have people who was like, wait, what's a see you next Tuesday? I never heard of it like that. I'm like, oh, just take those letters. And but they thought that was hilarious. Like, whoa, not like he made it up, but he said it so much they knew. They knew like, oh, that's the see you next Tuesday dude. That's why I said some of the stuff is funny. Some of it's sad. But right now we talking about the funny. Because that episode, that Amber was playing today, that throwback episode, I kid you not, no joke. From the moment that this is when it started for me. So John Yates came on Sherelle Live and was mad because Auntie's advice was on it, right? So this ain't when it started, but this is the before to me. This was the lead up that you had to watch it, because I promise y'all, the next day I'm watching Monica and John Yates talking about some chick who giving information on what's the old girl's name? Old girl that was married to Colt. But they talking about her or something. Somebody who knew, whatever, who had did all this stuff. But anyway, because they talking about the whole thing about her being picked up by the by INS or something. Like, I can't remember exactly, because it was so much drama that was about to start unfolding all through the two. So I remember that when he was on there, it was almost like he was like, yeah. And so yeah, Auntie, like he was trying to get something out. And I was thinking, well, what happened with Auntie's advice? Because Auntie didn't mention you. Like when she was up there, she didn't mention your name, bro. But you sitting here like you got an attitude, but she's paying you in dust. Like she ain't talking about you. And so then the whole question came out, oh, you married? Like I said, I say that to this day. Sure, I answered like it was nothing. Yeah, we are. She was reading something because she was reading that little text he sent her. And because like I told you, I watch this shit so much, I had to memorize. I don't even need to watch the video. I see a clip, I'm like, oh yeah, that was that second video. That was because it was a soap opera. Like if at 3 a.m. a notification came in, and you wake up to go to the bathroom, be 3:05. Let me get to that shit because they're gonna erase this shit. You want to talk about being in the era of if I was gonna record something? Oh, you had to record some of this shit. Oh, some of the classics. Because like I said, we about to go into some classics in this era. So the next day, Monica and John, they live. They talking about it. And people in the chat keep bringing it up. Oh, last night, Sherelle and Perry married. I will get to that later because he wanted to get to it. Finally, Monica, like, they bring it up a little bit, you know what I mean? Oh, but when Sherelle and Perry came on there, they make a classic. So then that happens. Then after that, oh, he would just be going live. It'd be 3 in the morning. Oh, I'm getting pictures. Oh, this happened. And that live she was showing today. And at one point, he gonna get that phone call. And when he get a phone call, and he's like, oh, I'm telling you. I'm like, damn, he convincing me. Wait, and who's calling him? Do they got information too? Do they know something we don't know? Then it was always all this stuff that you didn't see on the tube, but it must have been going on in the back offices and stuff. I was like, this shit is deep. And then you go on, Perry be going off on his channel. Then you got Jen, she coming in on live, talking about Amber got 7 people at it. Well, I mean, it was getting deep. I was like, oh my goodness, a character. And then it was like a domino effect. It just, you'd be like, wait a minute, how they got anything to do with this? It'd be some people in a whole nother sector. Like, when I'm telling y'all that do the YouTube soap operas, please, I started following a lot of people, subscribe to them. Like, shit, I keep hearing your name, let me watch it. And then you be watching over here for this side of the story, watching over here, watching over there. But back then, you'd be like, man, half the time you can't even comment in these things because all these teams, all these gangs. It was all these gangs. But then I just watched them start. I saw the unraveling then. You know what I mean? I remember it was vicious out there. They was on Heidi. It was vicious. You know what I mean? And then what was so funny is while it was vicious, I look up and Amber got a channel and she on something totally different. And then occasionally she come back like, hey, you see, and I like, hey, we ain't doing that, Amber. We ain't gonna do that. I'm like, dang, what's going on? I thought she was out the scene. You know? I'm telling you, I watched all this shit. I'm telling you, it made me look back like, what happened with John Yates and Auntie so I could see it. I go back to a thing a year before this all happened, and I watched it. She one and done. That she told her story, how she felt, like how he gonna come bring her the messages after, and why would old girl feel comfortable enough to sit on the phone or text you the N word unless she had said it before, you know, which are facts. You know what I mean? But anyway, please. As the YouTube turn, no, I've been watching it. I've seen every episode that was made public, but because I tell you, back in the day, boy, it was some serious deleting. You'd be watching it. Shit, I was watching Jen live earlier, and I was in the middle of it, like, this has been removed. But I said, damn, I didn't even get to say hello. That let me know it must have been up in there crack-a-lacking. Golly, what's going on these streets? Hey, VT. Oh, thanks, bro. Thanks, and I swear I'm just on here running my mouth right now, but that's me. It's just a part of me, but boy, y'all throwing up all these old school. I'm telling you, but some of these are the stories that led to me getting my ass up and saying, no, I gotta get on him. Like, I gotta get on here for real. Cause this shit, yeah. This shit here. And then I become a YouTube and I'm like, ooh. And like I say, you know, it's a few people all through the tube I don't like. And I don't sit and talk about them all the time, but I can openly tell you that I don't stand for none of shit. I don't want to see nothing happen to them. You know what I mean? But some change or anything else like that. But I definitely think JY is a virus. Definitely. And I watched, like, I mean, I could hear that people heard you. I seen it. Like I said, at one point, I was like, damn, you know what? I ain't about to go out cheerleading. I ain't about to put out poster boards for the bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't about to go on campaigns like that, but I definitely drop a comment in here and mean it. Like, damn, I do stand against bullying. Nobody should have this many people, because you'd be like, I done just watched 8 lives about they can't stand you. And then I'm listening to some of them and be like, damn, he said that? He said that? I remember, no joke, I literally saw him, and that's when he would do his lives like sitting on the floor, and he'd be tipsy, and they'd be late at night, then they'd always get erased or whatever. And I was like, oh, I guess he's new to YouTube. But then he had got into it with Brittany, and I'm always gonna say that. And I saw them, they little back and forth with each other. I saw her whole little video when she up in that room putting them sheets on her bed, talking shit about him. She had a new cover set, which I was like, girl, did you not just watch that and open that up, that's a whole nother story. But like I said, when they was going back and forth and getting into it, and then the next thing I know, I look up and I'm like, who is John Yates? I didn't pay attention to his name. I had watched the videos. And like, who is that? The name sound familiar. You know what I mean? And that's when Amber at first came on Sherelle channel. And then I saw him and I was like, ooh, it's gonna be trouble. But then, like I said, sometimes I would feel like he out of place trying to fit. You know, not even fit in, just fit in a place you don't belong. You know what I mean? And then I ain't talking about the discussion of shows. You know, he's seen the watch. One thing I say about him is you definitely have watched a lot of TV, a lot of reality, a lot of movies. He hella fire at trivia. I give him that. Like some of the stuff. Hey, one day he was sitting up there like, man, we should do 80s trivia. I'm watching this thing. He doing this trivia because to ask people if they want to do it. He should stick to shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Like, that's where you fit. This you being back and forth with people and getting into it with them, even if you're doing it, don't seem like it's working. Like, you ain't winning. And then, like I said, some of them videos are classic. I mean, and like I said, the one Amber was playing today had me looking out my window like, damn, let me check out my window, make sure nobody out there snapping shots of my crib. Because, I mean, it was all kind of stuff. Cars pulling up. I said, man, y'all good. Because cars pull up usually a lot of places. But people on YouTube be like, hey, they pulling up outside. You be like, are they really? So not only do they know where I live, they was in my state. Or they so plugged, they got people pulling up. Okay. Okay. Well, I hope they didn't send a warning in a text or nothing. And then it happened. So they sure leaving us a trail to follow. Yeah, but that's what I watched. And then it just got worse. So then, like I said, I was really done when, like I said, he turned on Heidi. And it was because, not just because I like Heidi. It's because I watched you turn on somebody who stood by you while she was insulted. Like, man, they was dogging out her whole blackness for staying a friend to you. She ain't shit on you once. Not once. And you sat and was talking like she was the help. You the help. It's like, oh, so I didn't like that at all. Like I said, the whole kid stuff is kind of creepy. Where you like, hey, even if I got mad at one of y'all, I was like, man, tell your son. Tell your son. I ain't telling your son shit. He could be grown. I ain't telling him shit. And I definitely ain't telling him nothing sexual. Like, wait, hold on. Why am I even? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I don't know. I don't know. That bothered me. Like I said, and he got no respect for women. When he's up on that thing, he came on there talking happy. He in the chat. Who is that bitch? I said, damn, who is that bitch? Then he came, you're a nobody. Damn. And you everybody? So then I just started getting annoyed. And then, like I said, that N-word not only slide off your mouth so easy, people text you it freely. Just, I just said N-I. The N to the N to the N to the... You said, dang. What make them think you okay with them saying it? Because I ain't white. But call me talking about the H and the H and the H, and I'm going to stop you right there. Like, hey, hold on. Do they got a name? You know what I mean? So you're not going to do it. But trust me, if they texted it to me, I'd do it too. I just ain't show you the text where I did it. Because if they did text it to me, the next text you saw under it would be me checking them. That'd be the next text. The next text will read like, who you talking to? On me texting me no goofy like that? Man. That's what I tell y'all. I'm on, hey, AAA. I'm on team, be a better you. But like I said, in watching, as I got ready to pull out, it started being like, man, pull into this old, like coming into YouTube. It was like, cause this kind of behavior is a virus. And it spread. So I watched it go from a couple of people doing it to now it's just some people's thing. Oh, everybody. I'll never forget seeing Amber on Katie Joy talking about doxing, and people was literally like, what's doxing? And every time she came on the show, when she came on Sherelle for the first time, they are explaining doxing. Well, doxing is when, and doxing, I was like, what the doxing? Who boxing? They said they doxing? And then it was, what was the one? Here came everybody had that little FBI thing. I forget what it was called, a C1. I said, damn, I ain't never even kicked it with the feds like this. Then everybody had a lawyer. I said, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is an episode of Judge Mathis Judy / Law and Order / First 48 / How to Catch a Predator. I said, this shit is getting deep around here. Like, what is going on YouTube? But I remember I just watched it all, just start building up. 1 minute kids was off limits. Then it was everybody's limit. Everybody did it. Ooh, everybody did it. Oh, yeah, huge racist. Oh, no, you can say somebody racist. And then I ain't putting a label on nobody but the racist if you're talking about a racist. But yeah, I watched all of it. And I'm like, some stuff I had to laugh at. That's why I would love when Sip and Key came on. It was like all these blowjobs because you're just turning it into something funny. Like I said, I met some great people in there too. Funny, you know what I mean? And like I said, then I started seeing Cooch everywhere. You know what I mean? I'd see her in different chats, and I always spoke to her. I had nothing against her. And even right now, I got no stake in her beefs. You know what I mean? But like I said, I watched a lot of this shit. That's why some of it's like, you ain't got to tell me the story. I know it already. Unless it was in them back rooms. I don't know nothing about Backpage. I don't know nothing about them back pages. I don't be back there. But as far as like what was going on here, please. Like I said, some of the videos I got in my phone come from 2 years ago. So people will say something. I've watched it. I got videos in my phone. It's just clips. So I'm not taping the whole thing. I don't want the whole thing. It's too much storage. I'm going to watch it. And you know how when you're watching it and something happened, if I think, ooh, that was important, I will rewind it and record that part. You know what I mean? But I done seen YouTube creators that have been parts of this beef get up and say something totally different than what they showed us. I don't give a damn if you move the video. Some people seen it. We seen you say it. You know what I mean? We seen you say it. Just like John Yates. He felt like he go straight, oh, you said he a house ninja. I'ma say he won too. No, bro, you not. No, she not. Nobody is. How about that? Because and that's how I got into it with somebody, and that's so funny. I felt like that. After that, I was like, damn, is Busy not speaking to me no more in chat? But I got into it when he came on there crying about that on his chat, and I was in there, and somebody kept coming there and say in the chat, well, I heard with some black people, that's a term of endearment. I don't know one black person, if you walk up to them, call them a house anything, they're going to be like, never. And like I told them in that chat, I said, well, that's funny because now we older. So one thing we know was even the house one was getting beat, raped. So it might have been a nicer version of it happening. But honey, it wasn't that sweet. It wasn't so sweet that I should be jealous. Maybe back then. But since the chain's off me, I know it wasn't sweet, period. So me coming out, let me, you go call him. Come on, Ice Cube had a song calling people sellouts, and that he jamming. He jamming on that. He jamming. Calling them all kind of time. That wasn't cute. It wasn't nothing to say because that was some fighting words. Even to this day, like I said, when Heidi was catching me, them fighting words. Like, wait, what? 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 And the worst part is if somebody was doing it, nobody called them on it. Then people just throw out words. But like I said, now when I watch it, I don't got nothing against nobody. It just give me understanding through that get understanding. I've seen it all played out. I've seen it people come back together. I've seen people I thought would never come together. So you never know what something gonna bring. And shit, sometimes you gotta go through the motions to get to it. And shit. So that's all I'm doing is watching. But I'm like, oh, she brought up that video. It took me back. It took me back. Like, and I mean, everybody was going late at night. It'd be 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, 3. Now they wouldn't stay on all night. But they might drop a quick 40-minute, a 20-minute, an hour-long live. And the people were speaking. Oh boy, you go in chat. I mean, people have a live, and half the panel come up to say something about something. And then you could see, we started divisions, all kind of shit. But I remember. They are, but it's everywhere all over. Because, I mean, we're just dealing with people. And once that's the part everybody understand, that's why we have things we have going on in the world, in your neighborhoods, whatever, because at the end, these are all people. All over social media are people. These aren't robots. You might be able, they have something you could buy, I guess, subscribers to show it as a number. But in reality, everything else is people. And I told y'all, one of the biggest people on here are children. So some of these people arguing with children. You arguing with what was that boy, that little boy's name that was on here? Rich Andrew. You arguing with a child. Very smart, very intelligent, very in the know of the shows and everything else. But these are not adults. And some are adults. Sadly. They're just acting out. I'm not even gonna say they acting like children. They acting out of anger, out of frustration, out of being sick and tired of the bullshit going on social media. It's a bunch of reasons people on here snapping. Because it's easy to come on here and do that. That's the easy part. It's easy to come on here and talk about the same old things that is failing society, failing the system. It's easy to come on here with your opinions and your judgments about people. It's easy to do that. That's the easy part. And that's why out of the millions of content creators, it's about 1 million doing that right there. Because that's the easy part. That is the easy part. And it'll be the same people that one day you'll say, I didn't know you was about that. I didn't know you did that. You know why? Because you don't know who they are. They don't want you to know their character. And people say that, when I'm on here, I'm a character. Are you doing a show? Are you auditioning for a movie? Why the fuck is you a character? Unless you come on here to do a character like the, hey, I do a character when that's my character, like Auntie Hammy. That's a character. That is a character. For real. And that character is making you money. That character is making a brand. That character, you know what I'm saying? That's a character. If you just being a character to act the ass and be a jackass, then no. Don't come on here and be that character. Please don't. Don't come on here and tell me you're bad it, and tell me you all about the piece. Don't come on here and tell me, you know what I'm saying? That's the character I don't want. That's called a bold-faced lie. That's a bold-faced lie. That's like the imagery they do with rappers. Here come this rapper telling me they straight gotta, and we come find out they from straight suburbia. Only clip they seen was the one you put on your hair. But they got you thinking they done live that life. No, I'm not coming on here to do that. I can only tell you what I know. Wait, what black people say to each other? Yeah, and some people, it's all about what we call a huge. Sometimes I hear people talking subscribers and creators, and they talking about people are huge. Huge on what aspects? You know, yesterday, real today, in part of Jen's live, I watched. Rio was speaking some actual knowledge, and not saying it's his first time doing. He's very knowledgeable about what really is supposed to go on here. So even if you actually think you don't know, you do. But in one of the things he's speaking on, he was even like, hey, when you have 30,000 subscribers, they do this. Until you monetize, you don't even have this. So what it's letting you know is, hello? Depending on what kind of yarn. Like a large or medium. What do they come in? Oh, 14. Oh, that's nice. Those are nice. Oh, sorry. I'm on live. I'm sorry. And I just got deep into this conversation. I'm like, oh, show me the pictures. I'll call you. Those are nice. All right. Bye. Sorry. But damn it, mommy. But he was talking facts, so he was saying, you know, certain things about if you had 30,000 this, if you have 1,000. Let me tell you something. Don't you notice, like with YouTube, you get plaques only at certain things, and it ain't, oh, you got 10,000, here's a plaque. Oh, you on 20K? We go. No. You think YouTube give a damn every time I get 100 subscribers? No. What they want you to work with is those views and everything else, because they can give a damn if you getting if it's getting views, shit, that's all the views they add up together in one big pot called they numbers. When you look at they page, they analytics. But when it comes to each one of you, you're dispensable. If you want to go on there and act the fool, that's fine. And don't worry, we make examples out of you too. Like I said, a couple of years ago, right before this started happening with John Yates and them, because that shit started in October. I'll never forget. But right before, a couple of months before that started, man, they were dropping big YouTubers. And I remember this one big YouTuber, he had millions of subscribers. He got dropped because he kept making a video of this gamer. She was a girl, she was a gamer. And he kept making videos about her back to back. Just everything was her, dissing her, talking her. And they dropped him. And people was pissed. Oh, people was going off on here. You know what I mean? So like I said, yeah, please, it happens all the time. So you was just watching big people. Then I remember when all that was going on with Jeffree Star and all that. Don't get me started. Stuff be going on all over here. But I remember watching. That's what I told you. I done seen beef in the vegan sector. It's everywhere. I be all over here. All over here. Because you got to know that some of the people that's over in these places you never go, they going to come to places, you know what I mean? And they may bring that shit with them. But like I said, I know for a fact, a little over 2 years ago, when you said docs, ain't nobody have a clue what that was over here. Because, I mean, every time somebody would say it on the show, people was damn near putting definitions up at the bottom of their screen. Forget running the tab with your super chat. They was running that across the screen. I watched it all. Yeah, just like I said, the only bullying I've ever done in my life was when I used to bully the bullies, and I learned that I had to take out the bully. I ain't a bully, so I ain't gonna bully shit. If you put your hands on me, I'm gonna fight you. I don't give a fuck. I don't care who you are. Don't put your hands on me because I ain't putting my hands on you unless I want to fight. I don't send out threats. I make promises. So I don't sit around, oh God, man, if I would, and we could pull up, and I don't do all that. I'm not gonna sit and let nobody just sit and yell and scream. I mean, that's like people who sit on the phone while somebody's yelling in their ear so loud you could hear them through the phone. Why am I sitting there listening? Why? I'm hanging up. I damn sure don't text back and forth to argue. So I definitely ain't sitting on the computer arguing back and forth with nobody. It's just certain things I'm not gonna do. I'm just not gonna do them. That don't make me better than nobody. It just mean I got better shit to do. You know what I mean? I got better shit to do with my time. Like for real. Then I tell you I was dyslexic. Then I tell you I have some learning curves and spelling things ain't my real forte. So me to sit up and have nerd to be doing broken English with bad punctuation while I'm telling you off, I'm a pass. I'm a pass. And there's a lot of people out here who need to get them a channel. There's something in you. You have something to say, do it. And no one's here to tell you what your channel needs to be. It needs to be whatever you want it to be, but you need to get a channel. You need to get a channel. And on an update of something I talked about earlier this week, so I seen my girl Bella up in the chat, Bella, the other day. And she was just talking and joking. I was like, that's the Bella I like. That's the Bella. I believe that's Bella. That's Bella. See, she done got rid of that Galaxy iPad. Now she okay. She all right. And that's the Bella I like. But I saw that. I was like, look at Bella. Look at Bella. I forgot to say something about that. I think that was the day before yesterday. I was saying. I was so happy. I mean, I didn't see it drop one, one nothing. I said, oh, that's my girl. I'm sorry, y'all, if y'all hear that noise, because Nino's directly. Hey, Nino, excuse me. Everybody don't want to hear you lick yourself. I'm going to need you. Yeah. Nino, skidoo. He said, hold on, when he finished. Yeah. Beat it. You all loud. So nasty. Little freak of leak. I think if they would have been in person. Oh, yeah, I definitely stay out of stuff. I don't, like I said, I got no beef in nobody's state. And can I sit and talk about what I seen and this is what happened? I remember when this happened. Yeah, I can. And that's the problem. People make it like you can't. And the only way you can is if you're going to do it by your distance. I'm like, no, I ain't got to do all that. I don't. And like I said, some things, like I said, I've watched them play out for the better. They went up and down and down and down and came back up, but some of them for the better. And some of the feuds that was going on for a long time don't stop. You know what I mean? Does it make everybody besties and nothing? No, I ain't saying that. I'm just saying some of them don't stop. So that's great. Shit, that's one less. And some players remain the same. I'm talking about the trouble. But the only reason I thought about that is because I just watched 2 lives back to back, and it was in that same area. Oh no, get in it. But this YouTube, I have a right to watch. Just like all of us, you have a right to be able to watch something. You have a right to be informed if you want to. But that don't mean you in it. I mean, I'm watching it. That's why it's on here, so you can watch it. All these content creators on here, any one of them talking about something they not doing it. Yes, you are. If you got Nino, go. I mean, did he just really come and sit that? Reach out and touch. But anyway, you have a right to go wherever you want and watch whatever you want. That's why people are putting stuff on there for people to watch. Because if they want to clear out some shit, you can do that shit in private. And I'm not talking about a private recorded call that we plan to play later. Only on YouTube can somebody tell you have something illegal and people still do it. And then somebody come with a little way to get away with it on this side of the. But get into it, no, you should be able to go wherever you want. But now if I jump, hey Pat, if I jump up in there and I'm in the shits, then I'm in the shits. But no, you can talk about, or yeah, I remember seeing that. Oh, I watched that live. Oh, I never heard of that one before. Or hey, that's like if somebody came up in here and was saying, "Oh, hey guys, I just came from watching Pookity Book," and so oh, don't name other why. I hope I'm not the only one. Now, if you come in and say, "Everybody, let's leave here and go there," because I might tell you something on. I might be sitting here talking to y'all and they say, "Oh, shit, now this ain't going on right now," but I might say, "Oh, Amber going live. I didn't know she's going live." Does that mean I'm saying, "Oh, everybody go"? No, I'm just saying something. Be damn. You might be a subscriber to it. You might not. I might just be saying it because it came up on my notifications as I'm looking. Please, because I'm still a subscriber. And I'm talking about to many of people. I still subscribe to people. I still, you know what I mean? That's still a part of me, and that will never change. That'll never change because that's how I came in here. I was just a viewer and didn't even know you subscribed to people. And then I went from that, like I said, that's always going to be a part of me, is being a subscriber. To express an opinion, I swear, that's the truth. You will. You will. You could be watching this stuff in the thing you speak about is like your life. So even though we talking about this, you might say, "Oh, I remember, or oh, when that happened with my cousin, they was lucky enough to get out." People will say, "Oh, then you was trying to diss." You be like, "No, I was thinking about how when that happened to my cousin." You know what I mean? Like, what? What? Or if you like I said, if you're not saying what, I promise you, at one point it was so bad in here, and it still is. It still is. At one point, it was so bad that if you weren't saying what the creator was saying, you were saying the opposite. I'm not that person. I'm just not that person. I am subscribed to content creators, but I didn't sell them my soul. I ain't signed them over my soul. They didn't sign my birth certificate. They don't sign my check. You know what I'm saying? I don't even get a check from YouTube. I'm just saying they don't sign no check of mine. So for me to be like, "Oh well, Pookity Dukes don't like Sookity Dukes," so I don't. I'm like I said, I got friends don't like each other. We don't sit and talk about each other to each other. You know what I'm saying? And then even when you in there, if you're talking about it, I come in, speak, listen, and then just make sure, you know what, I'll make sure I'm not in the chat right now because I might get caught up in some whole other conversation that'll get screenshot to look like, and that's not even because I'm a content creator. That's because people do it to subscribers too. These content creators sitting around checking, taking a list and checking it twice. So you was over in Nanny's twice and you said hello, huh? So you just go places and say hello, huh? Say, yeah, I go the fuck I want and I go and I speak. I don't walk in rooms and not say hello. Like to me, when the people be in there, like hit that like button. I used to always say, this was one of my famous things to say. I hit it like knocking on the door before I enter. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's Danny. That's how I hit your like button. On the way in the door, I hit that thing. Before I even opened up your chat. But some people so good to go get in that chat so they can go screenshot and they can go see who's saying what and who came in there and who up in there. I'm not thinking about it like that. I'm like, "Oh shit, you live? Let me hit like." And then I also go to the front too because I want to see how long you've been on. You know what I mean? Like, "Oh shit, you've been on an hour." And sometimes they on like 15 minutes or something. I'll start from the beginning and I'll watch it at regular speed because I'm still behind it, but by going regular speed, so I'm always gonna be 15 minutes behind it. Unless I'm watching and start getting fired up, then I gotta hold on. Fast forward that. Told y'all that day when Sweet Pea was dropping the thing, I came in like 30 minutes into a live. I just came in like, "Hey, hey, hey." You know what I mean? Thinking nothing going down. It started going. I said, "Wait a minute, let me rewind this. What's going on?" Because I didn't see this from the whole beginning. Like I said, that dirty delete is real. Yeah, and some people know that the thing about that is Sadly, even your haters will do it. They send in super chats just to say, "Take it up your butt. I hate you. I can't see." Like, dang, you just sent me. I don't give us $1. You just actually took money out your pocket to be nasty. I feel like this. If anything was on somebody giving it, I would want them to do it because they wanted to. Not because I had. If I trust me, if I ever had to stand in the need or ask for something, that's what I would stand in the need of doing. I lived in a place where you just go without or you do whatever, you know what I mean? Before you ask anybody for something, so nobody could ever hold something over your head. But if I ever had to be in that, that's what it would be. It wouldn't be no fake. I wouldn't come in here with no story. I wouldn't you know what I'm saying? Like they're saying, I wouldn't be playing the small world's smallest violin, playing achy breaky hard. I would none of that. None of that. I don't need nobody to feel sorry for me. I don't. But I can tell you the truth. Yeah, some stuff that goes on here. It's just, it is. I mean, sometimes you can't say anything. Sometimes you feel bad to like somebody. Like, dang, is it wrong that I like them? It's not because you are entitled to feel how you feel. That's it. That's it. I remember when I was young, you were afraid to say, in front of your buddies and homies, like, man, I like Phil Collins. Man, I love, I remember one day somebody told me, man, you always talking about this white music. And I remember being like embarrassed that I knew so much. So many songs that was so-called white music. Then one day, my grandma sitting and telling me how to love music. You have to know that it has no boundaries. Have to know that it's gonna, you know what I mean? Like it's gonna bring together. And you have to know that to love music, you can't just like one kind. You can't be like, oh, I love music, but I don't listen to country. I love music, but if it ain't rap, I ain't trying to hear it. I love music, but if they ain't the same color as me, what? What? That's not music. That's a certain genre. I love music. I love it on an instrument. I love it with, you know what I mean? I love it a cappella. I love it. I love music. I love rap. I love, now I have the ones that are my favorites, genres, but I love all kind of music. Like I told you, I just got into jazz a couple of years ago, like I said, but I love all kind of music. I can sit and listen to the orchestra. I listen to African drum bands. I listen to music in Spanish. I listen to music. I love music. I hear music. I feel music. I breathe music. I love music. Music unites. Music saves. Music speaks. It speaks the struggle. It speaks what's going on. It speaks. It speaks. I just love music. I really do. But that's how I feel around here. You gotta just prove yo this and prove yo. I ain't gotta prove shit to people who already decided what you was. One thing y'all should know. I don't care if it's on YouTube, if it's off YouTube. When people already decided what you are, who you are, what you'll do, no matter what you do, that's what they gonna think. They already got it figured out what you gonna do. They got you more figured out than them. They can tell you all about you, can't answer 5 questions about them, or they always don't remember, or they didn't see it that way, or they didn't know that's what was going on. But it's everybody else's business. Oh yeah, I saw that. I was actually watching that on Trey. What is his name? Oh my goodness. And I've been subscribed to him for a while. Oh my god, why can't I remember his name? And he gonna be writing my notifications. Hold on. Cause now they got me mad. Like I said, he's gonna be right here in my notifications. I've been watching him for a while. I remember he had a whole different intro and used to be in his kitchen. And he had all those gadgets up there, beats and all this stuff on his thing. I'm like, oh, what did he say? He just got a bunch of gadgets. What was his name? There it is, the Trey King Show. I'm like, Trey? I was like, I seen it, the Trey King Show, yeah. And he did the update video. Yeah, so the lady was on the outside the Walmart fanning herself with that Pizza Hut box. And had her baby and her 5-year-old. And then he gave her $500. And he passed some more cash that somebody else gave. They didn't say what that was. And then one of the girls came, supposed to be somebody she knew. Like, that girl ain't home and she be panhandling and she be doing this and she be doing that and she be doing this and she be doing that. I told y'all I worked with somebody one day and I told them, ain't that mom ain't homeless. They sell, you know what I mean? They selling in this, you know, top of the line store, you know, a good store. They selling, they making good money. We got 401ks out there. Ain't nobody up in here homeless. They was living in their car. You don't know. How you know somebody ain't staying in a crib illegally? You don't know. And like she said, and but honey, now if you paying rent though, girl, you ain't homeless. But something had to be going on with her, because didn't he come and like take $3,000 to her? Because I ain't watched the end of the second video, the update, but did he give her like $3,000 to help her pay her bills? So yeah, you ain't homeless if you paying rent. It's the least in your name, because some people paying rent and you are homeless if your name ain't on nothing. You know what I mean? But even with that, once somebody start paying rent, they have rules on how you can throw them out your crib and shit. You know what I mean? If they paying you, you got to be some notice. So I mean, I don't know that, but I did see that when she was out there with them kids. And I understand that the kids give you more empathy and people want to do more when they see you with the kids out on the streets. But I just think, as a parent, if there's any way that I could try not to let you see this part, so you could just think it's okay. You know how many times kids said, and your mama said, and I mean, this happened in different households, because it wasn't a color thing. It might have just been a financial thing or feeding them. But you know how many times a kid done sat in the house and said, Mom, you gonna eat? She said, oh, I ate already. Y'all go ahead. I just want to get something for you. Or they stop and get food. Mama, you not gonna get you nothing? Oh no, I already ate. I got a pot pie back at the house. You know I wanted that already. And your stomach is in your back. So you know, you never know. That's how you supposed to show the kids. Like, it's okay. Everything just fine. The heat done went off. They done came home. You done had the oven running all day because you to keep it warm. They didn't never know the heat was out. And one day he said to them, I remember the heat was out with us for 2 weeks. They said, the heat was out? Because I just feel as a parent, we got to do that. I don't want to have you out there with me, sitting out here begging with me, because what I'm going to show you is no matter what come up, this is the way to go get it. And I'm also telling you that everybody else gonna owe you something if they feel sorry enough for you. Because when you're a kid, you don't know how to decipher that this is all you could do. And so I'm like, oh, that little girl 5, she should have been in school somewhere. And if not in school, even if we poor, they got some kind of summer program that'll take her. Because that's the way I'm gonna make sure you got a breakfast and a lunch too. Don't get me started, y'all. I seen that video. What up, Tennessee? Tennessee. Yeah, like I said, hey, Big Bad Wolf. Yeah, but you know, sometimes that's why even me, when I see people out on the streets, you know, and they'll come get you every story. Oh man, I gotta get this milk for my baby. Come on in the store, I buy the milk. I want to go get out something. First things the first. You don't gotta lie. You don't got to explain. Now, if you're coming up here like, can I get $20? I'm like, you're gonna have to get a job. You know what I mean? But if you ask, hey, if you got something, then it's up to the person to give it. And I'm the type that I done pass money to people on the streets, and I didn't go and give a kudos. I didn't need to pull out a camera and record it so you could know. I done walked around with my book bag full of food and fed homeless people on the bus on the streets. You never gonna catch me recording it. I done got on the train when they told us, oh, you can't pass out food. You could give out waters. But then the water bottles will end up all over the street. I said, damn it, that ain't throwing shit away neither. So what I did was I started keeping it in the winter. I'm always, especially I'm in my city. I told y'all this was my first winter last year ever not being in my city during the winter. But I'm always gonna have socks, gloves, because you'll see them, and some of them, they blue. Some of them ain't got socks on their feet and got on shoes. And this is a windy city out here. It get cold out here. So it's some things I'm going to do. And some people you're going to know that they're truly on the street and they're fighting mental issues. That's why they don't want to take a food. They're not asking you for nothing. I seen a lady get on the bus one day, get naked and start washing up with no water or soap. She took a napkin and was just scrubbing in her butt, scrubbing in her crotch. And I said, she done got fully naked. And she probably on drugs. No, Bonnie, this bigger than some drugs. I never got so high I wanted to get there and take a bath on the bus. Never. I done seen people get on the bus, pull their pants down like they was sitting down on the toilet. And I said, oh, And that's why if the seat ain't plastic, I ain't sitting on that. Then you on them buses and they got them cloth seats, don't. Because they are made, to mask all that filth, nasty germs. They never gonna get out of it, though. I like the ones that when they come through with them power washers at the end of the day, they can get all that shit off of it. Ugh, but I've seen it. You never know. You never know what somebody going through. A young man stopped me the other day. Me and my brother was sitting outside smoking. And this young man stopped and he was asking us for a light. He got to talking to us and everything else. And he said, man, I'm so cool. I'm so glad I just stopped and talked to y'all. You know what I mean? Need to have this chat for a minute. But like, even in our conversation that we had, if we would have been somebody else, we probably blew him off. He probably wouldn't even stop to say nothing. He wouldn't even thought to approach to ask, you know what I mean? So sometimes you never know. You never know. You never know. But just like he needed that talk, we needed it too. I know I did. I know, like when he was talking about like his parents and like being somebody's child. He was younger. He was like 24. He was skateboarding, y'all. He was skating. He had lived on the streets for like a year, but now they got a place. And I mean, literally, this conversation we didn't ask him on that, nothing. But what it did for me was, one, let me know like how he was talking about when he was 21, he was 22, now he's 24. Even though he's younger than my oldest son, it also gave me a sign that just like with most young people, what they are right now is not what they're gonna be if they keep going. You know what I mean? You just can only pray for it to be better, not worse. You know what I mean? And so it just gave me that kind of hope. But had we not stopped, and if I'd have been in my old me where I would have been ice grilling him, like if this motherfucker started talking to me and I don't know him, I'm gonna cuss him out. What does he want? It's 11:30. You know what I mean? Why is he walking up on us? That would have been my old me. That would have been my old brother. We'd have been like, wait, hey, why do? So we'd have been unapproachable. So neither one of us could have helped each other out with anything. We couldn't have gave no love, a good conversation, nothing. Hey, Big Bad Wolf. I'm never gonna fight over no man. So you saw that woman on the bus. I'm telling you, I literally seen that and I said, wait a minute. Because at first, like I said, I ride I done rode the train for years in my life. And I've had cars for years, but it's going to be points I'm going to get on the train rather than deal with the traffic. So I rode the train and the bus. I probably got on the train the bus for the first time. I got on the train for the first time 13, but I got on the bus for the first time. I was 11 years old. So I rode the bus, for years. So you learn how to ride it. You learn how to move around on it. You know what I mean? I never worry about nothing, no matter what time I'm on that bus. I know how to move around on it. But you've seen some things. You have seen some things. You've seen it all. Done seen it all on that train. Like I said, I've seen it all. I've seen somebody jump in front of the train on Holman Avenue on the blue line. I seen that. I seen a worker downtown, fall in the subway, fell onto the tracks, and I'm trying to figure out how. I mean, shut down service, bag them train lines up because of that. That's happened. I've been on a train and an officer, 4 cars back, shot a young man on it. I've been off the train and on that same train in the night on a domestic. This was all over the news. A man killed his girlfriend on the train. Like I've been on the train. I've seen some things. I done been on a train and the whole car at 4:00 in the morning was filled with nothing but the homeless. The whole back 3 cars got nothing but the homeless. Just riding back and forth because it's too hot or it's too cold outside. I done been on a train and I done seen shorties ride that thing from one end to the whole other end. And you know what? I knew they had nowhere else to go. I knew that. Kids. I done been on that train and I done seen people scamming and scheming and people get robbed. I done seen gang fights like we was on Warriors. I done seen people come in and speak the word of God. I done seen it all. I done seen acts on the platform who you know should be somewhere as a celebrity or a star because they have a talent and they have gifts. I've seen it all on the train. Shoot. I've seen it all on the train. I've seen it. And trust me, like I said, in my city, everybody, I don't care who it is, what race it is, all kind of people. Some black people, white, whatever they race have, if they scared of it, they scared of it. And some get on there like they know how to ride it. They ride it anywhere. But I've seen it all on the train. I've seen it all on the train. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that was sweet. Yeah, I remember once on the platform. I didn't see this one, but I was getting ready to go up on the platform. They wouldn't let nobody to go up into the train because a man tried to jump, but he got caught on the like not in front of it, so it kind of swept him to the side and not a good one. Oh, when I tell you, I knew somebody who was on that platform, and they was like, you talking nightmares." I was glad I didn't see that one. But when the person jumped in front of it on home, when they took us back up to the top, because they finally let you know the tracks wasn't going to be running, so they was doing all these like shuttle buses shuttling you to Roosevelt. One was going, you know what I'm saying? So it was trying to go in the route, but it was going down Roosevelt or Jackson. So they were just picking different buses. They had to reroute the people that was on the bus because they had to turn the train. You know, it's nothing coming through there right now. But when you got to the top, you could smell the smell. That I'll never forget. The smell of a human. Bump that it smelled like bacon because it wasn't nothing like that. Yeah, you know, I just left from out there. I was out there for like 10 months. Yeah, like even when I get my place, I travel a lot. So Georgia, one place I definitely got to hit 2 times a year. At least one, at least once a year, I got to hit Georgia. Georgia and Houston, two of my biggest that I'm always hit. But like I said, these days I got a lot of places I want to hit. Told y'all I'm gonna be going city to city, and forget a meet and greet. I came to meet and eat. We came to sit down and break bread, and you'll learn I'm exactly who you seeing on here. Probably a little more uncut in person, and nothing gonna be some secret. I'm not gonna be some different person. Like, oh my god, she was repping this, but she was really no. She was just what she said she is. Oh yeah, there was I don't even know if he still be on there. There was a young man used to be on the red line right at the Jackson stop. But he would be at the so it's the red line, blue line. But he would be at the red line part. And this young man would hit that violin. Oh my God. That boy would get I remember videotaping him. It's on my actually I think the video of him is on my first page on YouTube, which is still public. Danny Robinson. Yeah. I think I got a video. That boy was a beast. That boy was a beast with that violin. I said, man. But you could even tell with that whole violin that young man had his own struggles and what he was going through. And even when I think about it, I used to watch him playing that violin on there and be like, man, they took music from these kids. Like, y'all, you know what? When people talk about crime, even when you speak on my city, when you talk about crime, you got to give people some hope, some choices. You got to put something in there. We need to have something. You can't take away the music. They took away auto shop. They take away everything that's gifts. Everybody ain't going to college. You better believe everybody ain't going to college. And some people went to college, got a degree, and they ain't doing nothing with it. Barely got it. They skated themselves out of it. Go check their GPA. It was like a 2.0. They literally was just there to skate 1 point. You know what I'm saying? Like, get out of here. Get out of here. And if you ain't graduated summa cum laude, I don't really want to hit a bracket. You know what I'm saying? Was the brag you made it? Okay. Kudos. Hey, dude. You know it. But you know what? When I go out, look, that's what. Excuse me. That was another reason about getting back here because, like, if I go out of town, my brother, because my brother lived in our house, and he was there from the moment Nino came. So I'm going about 7 months after Nino came. It seems like he's been there forever. But so Nino has a good relationship with him. My kids are here. One of my kids can keep me. So it's certain things like that. And then on other trips, I just take him with me. But some things I do, I definitely without me. You gotta. And then he'd be fine. I FaceTime him every day. And when you have him in a comfortable zone and he's in his home, he's definitely fine. And that's another reason why I would never leave and we're like this, because I don't want him to think I'm leaving him. But when he knows we're home and it's where we are and where we go, please. He'd be in hog cabin. I'd be FaceTiming, talking to him, and he'd be walking away. Like, I see you when you get back. Then when I get back, he's like, she back. And then I do him like a kid when I'm out of town. I'd be like, you got 2 more days. You got 1 more sleep, 2 more days. So you got today, you go to sleep, and then you got tomorrow in the daytime, but I'll be back before you go to sleep. You know, parents be talking to kids. You got 3 nights of sleep without me. Tomorrow's 2 nights of sleep without me. That's how I do. He like, yeah, whatever. I'll see you when you get back. I've been kicking the bobo. And tell him, you know, I got. But yeah, like I said, man, today. I'm like, today gotta be a super chill day. Today has to be a day where I don't know. I just want to laugh, live, uh, think about what's going good. That's what mood I'm in today. Because yesterday, like I said, it was trying to take you places, you know. And that's what the mind will do. It'll take you somewhere. That's why I don't be worried about what other people do. Because I always think, oh, Danny, you know what? You could have been somebody on here just going bananas. You could have been on here doing, you know, so because I'm human. And because I know, like I said, sometimes that's how it works. Even if I would have came on with my whole take down the bully, like I said, I still don't stand for bullying. I ain't with no bullies. And if it got too much and the bully was all in, I definitely would go back to bullying the bullies. But yeah, I don't stand for bullying. I got to make that clear because you know when you say I bullied the bullies, and bully because I did. I used to be like, oh, they're bullying. Oh, good, let's bully them. Let's play that game. Let's have some fun. Let's get all into it with them. That's why even when I hear people talking, you know, tough Tony, but you thinking, nah, they ain't gonna bust a water balloon at a beach party. I could tell. I could tell. I know because see, real bad boys and girls move in silence. They ain't telling you what they gonna do. I'm talking about when you get into it. Now I give warnings, so in case people think it's sweet, I was like, I already warned you. I told you I go from 0 to 1,000. I'm really calming myself down, and I'm proud of myself because I know what I'm capable of doing wrong. You know what I mean? But trust me, me sitting up and texting, I'm coming to your house at about 6. The train leaves at. What bad boy or girl be doing all that? A real one be saying nothing. You think it was sweet and that was over. And then they pull right up in your, hey, right in your neighborhood. I'm the type, if you in a city I've been in and you somewhere and you outside, if I know that, oh, they right at such and such. Don't talk about things in here and think I'm not gonna know it yet. And it ain't even a follow you. It's just because I know this city, and I think about that anywhere. Somebody knows their city so well that when you say certain things, I'm like, oh, well, it's only 3 of them in the whole Cook County. So you either this one, that one, or this one. Say Mickey's, say Jimmy's, say you at one of them restaurants. Ain't that many of them. I only know 2 Jimmy's, one on North Avenue and one in Arlington Heights. So if you like, man, I'm at Jimmy's, I'm gonna know you only at 1 or 2 places. But now somebody from not here might think it's a Jimmy's on every corner. Jimmy's everywhere. He at Jimmy's in the city, Jimmy's in the suburbs, Jimmy. No, you're not. It's 2. You at Mickey's. I can only think of 2. 3. 2. 2. I don't want to say the wrong one on that because I ain't from there in a while. And I go past it all the time. When I passed it, like I was at the McDonald's across the street from the one in Oak Park. That one, because see, that's the funny thing, it's 2. Because one, I'm trying to think. One was on. I'm not going to sit here and figure this out. But it was just making me think about when people be all around on here. It might be somebody in your town watching you. Be like, oh, they on Fookie Fook Street. Girl, I'm almost 5'11". It's something about your height when you taller, but I swear people swear you must have been a bully anyway. I was never. I was always cool. I always moved with the good crowd. One time in my life, I was bullied. And to me, I didn't even know she was bullying me. I just thought she had a smart ass mouth and she just always had something to say. You know what I'm saying? That's what I thought. But then I knew she was a bully when one day she told me, man, after school, I'm going to beat your ass. And I told her, let's get this shit done right now in this lunchroom. Right here. Air opportunity. Let's get it cracking. I ain't got time for after school. You understand? We going to get suspended either way. Let's move this bitch right now. And she didn't want to move it. And then she called a dude up to the school who was so afraid of my brothers. It was ridiculous that he came to the school. He said, wait, this who you want me to fight? Oh, he got it all fucked up. You must be crazy. You must. And then that's not like, wait a minute, was she trying to pull my whole card? Oh, she don't know I'm official. I'm official. I know one thing about a bully. They not ready for you to be ready. They ready for you to do this. And I'm so real that I'm going to tell you, if you curl up in a ball, I'm going to have you stand up to get knocked out. I'd be damned if I'm fighting you while you curled up in the ball, kicking you while you curl. Now, I want you to stand up and have that same mouth you had in the beginning. I want you to say them same words you was saying all tough Tony on the phone. I'm like, yeah. That's what I want. That's what I want. That's what sometimes you'll see in a movie, somebody about to lose their life and they still talking shit. You know why? At least they stuck to what they was doing. They got them now. Shout. But I know, yeah, I definitely was on bullying the bullies though. And then sometimes I just use my juice. And when I say juice, if you call yourself one of the cool kids, you in the in crowd, this for the shorties that watch me. Because I always see y'all in my analytics. Y'all always there. So I'm going to just say this to you. If you really got juice and you somebody, then you don't really have to do nothing but shut down the crew you with. So like I said, if I'm with people and they messing with somebody and they not the type listening and they part of the in crowd and they not the type to listen, then what I do is, because I'm supposed to be so cool, I'm gonna get cool with the person they bullying. So what they'll know is, hey, Danny messed with such and such. So since they got respect for me, they not gonna mess with them because I'm being cool with them. So that would be me. So you bullying this kid. I remember we went to school with this kid and they used to bully him. And when I was young, you got to wear whatever you wanted to school. And they made uniform because there were children who couldn't afford to keep up and they were teased. And that's where you get uniform from. And that's why they even made the uniform down to the shoes, because it was the only way to keep the kids the same so they would stop judging each other. But anyway, this young man used to get bullied, and he never had, he always had on Payless shoes, and they would bully him. And one day I went home and I couldn't stop thinking of the jokes and just sitting. That's when they put your desk, 6 desks together, 3 facing each other, 3 facing each other. And I couldn't think about how literally that whole day he got talked about. And some of the stuff was funny, but just that whole day he got talked about. And I thought about how he had to go home and how I was thinking about him being talked about, how he had to live with the fact that he was talked about all day. So the next day when we got to school, when we outside for your line up and shit to go in, we was outside and I went over to him. And when I came over, he had this look almost like, oh, please don't start now. Like, don't come over here and start. But even though I wasn't one of the people making the jokes, part of the crowd, guilty by association, you know how it go. And so I came over, he had this kind of look. And I just started cracking a joke with him and talking about The Simpsons. And like, did you watch The Simpsons last night? Man, Bart, oh man, I wish you could wear clothes. I wear my Bart Simpson shirt. And da-da-da. And we just started talking and laughing. And when my buddies came over, he got quiet. And I could tell he was thinking like, oh shit, we was just having fun. She set me up. And when they walked over, they was like, Danny, what you doing? I was like, nothing over there talking about The Simpsons. They was like, oh yeah. And we just all started talking about The Simpsons. See, that's how a boss move. I've been a boss since I was a shorty. You know why I've been a boss since I was a shorty? Because I refuse to be a flunky. I refuse to be a follower. I refuse to be like everybody else. Like I said, I used to get Jordans and have them brand new, and I look down, everybody have on theirs. I'm going to school that day in my Kevin Johnsons. You heard me? Like, I just got to be on something different. I'm coming to school, and I got on some Cortezes. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't because I ain't had the Jordans, because I don't want to walk around here and we look like any, mini, miny, mo. Like, I'm a leader. I'm a leader, so I know how to move. And I give the same respect I demand. But yeah, I was definitely one of those. 5'1". Whenever people say that, and they'll be like, oh, and I'll be thinking, I used to think I wish I was short. Because, when you tall, I got to this height that I am, 5'10" and a half, when I was in 6th freaking grade. Do you know that puts you at the back of the line all the time? That puts you in the back row of the pictures all the time. And it's always known that you're tall. It makes guys like literally walk up to you and be like, you hoop. Not like that, where you should be walking up to me to talk about it. You know what I mean? And you go through a phase where you're like, all dudes like little girls, like short. Like 5'5" and under, like that's their favorites. And you'll never be that, so you'll never have a petite size. I've wore a size 10 woman shoe since I was probably like a freshman. So I always stayed in gym shoes to wear a boy's shoe, because I wore a boy's 8. And then, so I wore like my freshman year. So like when I was in 8th grade, I literally wore a 9, a woman's 9. And so I stayed in gym shoes. So the reason I feel small, because I wear boy shoes. I was buying my boy shoes, and it's the same size, it's just different. It looks smaller and whatever. Because so you had these problems and these complexes with yourself. And then I had big boobs, so I was just ashamed of them. So I would wear like sports bras and a tank top and another shirt. And I was just like, why is God doing this to me? Why am I so tall? Why do I have these boobs? Why do I, honestly. True story. And even sometimes, so that's why, even when you think about like the people who were bullied or whatever like that, I'd always think to myself, like, since we all human, we all got things we don't like about ourselves. And could you imagine somebody just reminding you of it every day? And then so later, the new form of bullying was just people downing you. Like, no, everybody get to say what they think, but you better not say nothing about them, girl. So yeah, like I said, I've been this like a long time. Hey, baby doll, hey, see us. But yeah, I've been in sight a long time. And it took a long time to get used to it. Like I would have guys sometimes walk up to me when I was young and be like, "Oh my God, your legs so long," because all my height is in my legs. Say, "Oh, your legs are so long. It's just so long. Oh my goodness, your legs so long, so long." But I was so insecure about my height, and insecure about my head size, and insecure about my nose, and insecure about my mouth, and insecure about my tooth was broken, but I had a cap on, insecure about having boobs, and that made me feel like I weighed more. So I never ever got to appreciate when I so-called was a size that I probably would love because I was too busy pulling myself apart that it would be when you look back on a picture and be like, damn, I'd give anything to be that size right now. You know what I mean? But you couldn't even see it when you was in it because I was too busy seeing what was wrong. I could only see like what I needed to fix about myself. What was, that kind of stuff. That's why I say, like, as a woman, I know how hard it is. I know some people back in the day when it was big in the 90s, especially like when I was growing up about, the more fair your skin was, the better you was. But I would know people who was light and you think like, oh, they should be so happy, but then they had like bad acne and it showed. Like we all were going through those phases of getting acne or whatever, and especially if you're a girl and you're in a period, so you're going through them phases. But it was different because it stood out on their face and all this. So we all are battling something. And that's what I just learned. Like, what you just because you looking at somebody and thinking like, oh my gosh, she got it all together. She just isn't. Nope, she don't. That's why even when you watch Mean Girls, I love that movie. When you watch Mean Girls, like when you see it, you think Regina and all them got it all together, but they got their own issues. Because we all, especially as teenagers at that time, you all are fighting something. It's just some know how to pretend. And you know what they grow up being? Hella pretending adults. The kind that had you thinking all over Facebook that they in the best marriage ever. Then one day telling you they divorced, and you're like, you getting divorced? Y'all just came back from Cancun because they front. You gonna think they ball a wall, and every time you see them, they pop because they popped. They know how to front. Hey, Slide. Wait. Yeah. Long legs was called bully shit. Wait, what? Oh, please. When I was, like I said, when I was this tall in sixth grade, I was called the Green Giant. That was the thing. Tall like the Green Giant. Wait, what you say, Sly? I'm seeing it in parts. I'm missing it. Wait. Oh, she's 6 feet tall. Okay. That's what I'm seeing in pieces. And like I said, being tall is hard. And then I swear, as a woman, no matter what your weight is, some woman is worrying about her weight. I remember being like when you start putting on weight and really like notice like, okay, you know what? It's not just my mind no more about thinking if I'm putting on weight, I'm really putting this weight on. And I remember like you be around the guys now. I was like, oh, if a woman's arms shake out this, if they do this, I can't stand it. If they got a love handle, I can't stand it. If she got, and it's like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. And you're like, well, most of us do. Say you could run. But yeah, yeah, like I said, but sadly, I'd love to say it was an 80s thing, a 90s thing, but sadly, junior high and high school is a new level of bullying. Seriously, seriously. But these days, it is as low as in second and third grade, guys. You know why? Because these kids are watching the adults. They're everywhere. They somewhere bullying in the store, they in the car driving, they slamming on their horn and honking and cussing out everybody in front of a child. And then when that child is in the world acting just like that. Yeah, I know I don't play about the youth. I don't give a damn what race they are. I don't give a damn what they are sexually thinking about because I don't think of children like that. We got to say them. So even if we gone, they can make it. Because if it keep going at the rate it's going, it's gonna be terrible for the grandkids. It's gonna be terrible. It's gonna be terrible. Even, I'm talking about even those who ain't got grandkids now. It's gonna be terrible for them. It's gonna be where your safe place gonna be because it's not gonna exist. Because you know what, when it's too bad out there, your home ain't even safe at all, ever. Like I said, I gotta get it together. Like I said, the bullying, whoo-wee. You could just stop in junior high. Just pick a city. Let's pick a city. Let's go to that junior high. And even if they've never had no mass thing happen there, the bullying, the kids, you'd be able to go into the school and say, I'm setting up a program for children who feel like they're under attack, they can't be themselves or they're afraid. You'd be surprised the rooms will fill up. They'll fill up. The stuff these children are hearing, these kids be in all kind of groups, and they got groups. They're smart as the adults. The adults really doing what the kids do. You're making these groups within groups. You making these teams of takedown. That's what they do. That's what they do. You know, we always talking about this going on, and what we seem to forget that has never changed with the internet or without is young children taking their life in high school because they can't bear. That didn't just start happening with the internet. It's gotten worse. Because now you can be bullied by people you don't even know. And not just the people you know. So don't just be afraid of the kids at your school. Be afraid all over. That's not the message I want to send. And like I said, even if it's dangerous, I done lived in the hood. I done been to the hood. I done hung in the hood. I done bought weed out the hood. I done got my favorite meals out the hood. I done been all in the hood, what you call the ghetto. I've been all up in the project. I've been all up in your city's hood. I've been all over. And let me tell you something. In all them places, I done found some great places and some places of peace and where you would swear is not one. There ain't no place of peace. So if I can find it in there, you can't tell me you can't make it somewhere else. I have. Been safe. Been safe. Found some good places, some good people. So if you want me to believe that we got to come on here because, oh, we going through this because I've been through this in life, we should all be up on here. No, hell no. Because like I said, it's your community needs you. Go out there and go fight for these kids' lives. Go to them schools and go fight for them kids getting bullied. Go work as somebody who goes to protect children on the walk home, and you be a safe passenger. Because here's what you got to know: when you have safe passages for around where kids walk home from school, you don't just have to have a gang neighborhood. You can make a safe passage so your kid ain't get their ass whooped by the other kids from school on the way home because there's adults out there to stop it. So go do that. Go spend all your energy doing that. Mm, yeah, you gotta know. It's doing pretty good, even though I had to get my appointment canceled yesterday. Oh, that was a whole nother story. That's why I know I gotta get back into work. State insurance and me just I'm blessed because, like I said, I am one. I've been seeing my doctor, but just like what happened yesterday, where they like I'm on a whole branch of their insurance that I'm not, that I haven't been on in a couple of years. Don't know how, because I just in the pandemic got put back on a medical card. So I'm like, wait a minute, what? I definitely ain't had county care. But anyway, but I'm blessed because they canceled my appointment yesterday. I had that 4 o'clock appointment I had made because I had switched it from Thursday to going in yesterday. They canceled it yesterday. And tomorrow, excuse me, tomorrow I have to go out to the aid office, go down here, get something else from them, which I don't get because I have a whole card saying I'm not with them. But just, I don't know, but I have to go down there. I'll get that straight. And then as soon as I do, then I can set up an appointment with them so I can get the referral because county care sent them a thing saying that they were denying my referral, but I'm not with county care. So I'm like, how's county care denying anything for me? And then they were like, oh, and I'm like, are they looking in my records? I was just here 2 weeks ago. You have my card on file, and the file from since I've had this surgery is not going to be with county care because I wasn't with county care at the time. I can't because if the system made sense, it wouldn't be a system. So I can't. I can't. I can't. It's two things I've gotten from the government in my whole life. I've gotten food stamps before from the government. My children were young. And then I got them back during the pandemic. And oh my God, I thought, how could you ever be embarrassed of being able to eat what you want? But anyway, um, and I've gotten a medical card. But like I told you, I've had several surgeries. So you can't have that kind of surgeries and be uninsured. First time I went in and had to go straight to emergency surgery, I came out of surgery and the social worker was in there applying for me a medical card. Like, half a look. We just they say, half a look. We just did a major surgery. Sorry, y'all. You know, if you asked me about my eye, it made my eye feel like it's itching, but I can't rub that eye, so it's making me rub my other eye. But yeah, they came in. They was like, "Oh no, honey, you not gonna be having this surgery." But they can't deny you coming into the ambulance. They gotta take you into surgery, and so, but they were like, "Oh no, you getting on this right now." But one of the things I used to hate is you go down to public aid and you swear that the people that work in there, you getting it, they paying out their check. You'd be like, I'd be sitting there sometimes like, this social worker is such a bitch. You think she's paying? You think that they called up and said, you know what, we're gonna send Danny these food stamps, we're gonna take it right out your check. But they did. Or they just be rude like you was nobody. And then sometimes it'd be so stupid because sometimes, I kid y'all not, it's not like you was, what it is that you couldn't afford to pay your bills and the way, your rent, your things to live, and buy food. You could buy a little, or you was gonna be short in the light bill to do it. So I mean, it's like, why am I feeling bad? So yeah, we got don't miss your water till your well run dry. Hold on. Hi, hi, hi. I thought you was going to the shop. Oh yeah, rush hour. Oh yeah. hmm And then you gotta head out there. You gotta be there. I know, because in the end they got that lane down right there. But I was gonna, yeah, rush out. Yeah, that sitting still will drive you crazy anytime. But I was gonna say I'm on. No, I was gonna say I'm still on a live. Oh, that's okay. They always know if I answer them, my peoples. All right, but I'll call you back. All right. Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I hate when I do that. But I had to make sure because I'm like, wait a minute, my bestie is getting ready to um leave. I know she's supposed to be at the shop, but she was talking about the traffic. Oh, I can't stand rush hour. Oh, that's something I don't miss about driving. Okay. Mhm. But yeah, like I said, so that is the help I've gotten. But you don't miss your water till your well run dry. Oh yeah, that's what sometimes I'll do is I'll put a cold towel on there on my eyes, and I'll sit it over both of them, and it'll do it. But then sometimes it'll just like get irritated, or it's just annoyed. Now, if I go into places, I always have my sunglasses on, but sometimes I go into places and I can tell if they've been spraying stuff because it's like it's in the air. Because I'll walk in and I feel like my eyes get heavy and itchy, or they'll start watering up like they flushing out something. But I really believe that one of my stitches came loose. But I mean, push come to worst shove, without a referral, I would have to go to the emergency room. I just go to the one at the hospital my doctor works at on certain days and hope he was there in the morning because I know if they call him and it's about that stitch in my eye, he's gonna bring his tail right up over there. He's like, "Oh, hold on, let me come over here and take this stitch because it's gonna take a second." But I truly believe that's what it is that one of my stitches came loose. So occasionally it'll just feel like so either like if the eye just starts tearing, it's because your eye will tear to flush stuff out. And so my eye will tear, but nothing comes out. So then my eye is confused. Like it's something here, but it's not moving. That's what makes me think it's one of my stitches. Hmm. Yeah, I definitely am gonna do that. I definitely am gonna put something on my eye. Like I said, even if it's not Nino, if it's my eye, whichever one kick in first, then I'm like, oh, we gonna have to wrap it on up if the eye keep on. But also, I know it's the angle I'm at. So even like with TV, if I'm watching TV, like the TV's on the wall, if I have to look up, after a while, the sharpness, the moving my eye back and forth and looking up like that, I can't do it. So I'm just listening to the TV. I don't look up. So now I'm more on TVs that are even, you know, with me, so I don't have to look up. But yeah, even especially like if I go to play the game in the TVs, I can't play it up. That's why I'm always have the handheld because I can't look up sometimes and do it. It's just too much. And then, like I said, it's so funny. My good eye seem weak now that this one gets better. I said, how dare you? How dare you? And you really know, like anybody who wears glasses or has anything with their eyes, you really know how bad the eye is when you take one away. So, like when I take this one away, I feel like I can still see everything exactly the same. When I cover this eye, this it gets real blurry, and this was my good eye. That's why when he said, "Oh, the keratosoma," because when I first got diagnosed, like I said, I had keratosoma in both eyes, but it was only like 10% in this eye. So, in the strain of this last year and a half of using this eye to help this eye even more as it's went through this process, this eye has gotten weaker and weaker. So now my left eye, which was my strong eye my whole life, is now becoming a very weak eye. It's sad. I enjoyed you too, Trick. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for coming through, sis. I know, like I said, I'm gonna get out of here in a few minutes. And I am, excuse me. Oh, I'm gonna rinse my eye. Um, I am gonna rinse my eye because, like I said, I know it's also the angle I'm at, but then it just starts making it feel annoyed. And I'm like, oh, we don't want that. I don't want a teared up moment with my eye. I don't want a moment where it's like it's itching, like it's in the corner. That's why I know if it's the stitch, in the eye is over in here. It's the stitch over here. Because like I said, it'll make it feel like the inside of my eye right in here itches. It feel like it itches in there. I'm like, oh yeah, it's probably something right there. It's got to be one of my stitches that's right there. Because the stitches go around my eye, well, around my cornea. And this is what's funny. When I had my surgery and you have that thing on, the brick. They call it a brick, and they hold your eye open. So they keep telling you, don't blink, because you're not asleep. They keep saying, don't blink, but automatically you want to blink. But you really can't blink because this eye is held open with the brick. But the thing about it is even though your eye is held open with the brick, it'll still jerk a little because you can't blink it because you can't close it. But it'll jerk so to make it move. So when he took out my cornea, when they were taking out my cornea, this I kept tearing up because I couldn't see anything out of my right eye as they were taking out the cornea. So if I closed this eye teared up. If my left eye teared up, I couldn't really see him. Like, so I could see like the shadows of him, but I couldn't really see him. That's how bad my eye had got before. But you just, you learn survival of the fittest. You got to work with what you got. And so I'm real good with memorization. So I memorize things and the streets and the number of stop signs, the number of lights, because I went periods of my life being unable to see. And people would always say, "Oh, you blind because you need glasses," and it was bigger than that. And it was bigger than that. I just didn't know. And so, but then when he put the cornea into my, take it out, they got it all, safe. It's a transplant. And so when they take it out, they bring it, they produce it, they go on and do it. Like I said, you're not asleep. You're just numb, in this area. But the whole rest of my body is normal. And I'm trying not to move even my hands because I can't help but want to move my hands. And so you're super drugged, like you could go to sleep, but I was awake. But when he was sewing, putting stitches in my eye, the thought of it made me nauseous. Like, because I'm looking at him stitch like he doing a sewing or something in my eye. Mm-hmm. And my doctor, I love him. He was counting them as he did them. He said, "Well, that's not bad. 26 stitches in my eye, Joe." Mm-hmm. And then they kind of closed the brick. So my eye under it felt like it was opening and closing, but I can't see nothing out the brick. And you got to wear that for 24 hours. And that medication started to clear off. And my eye felt trapped because my other eye would not stay open because this eye wouldn't open. And so my my left eye would not open even though it wasn't covered. So I literally thought I went blind. Like I thought something went wrong with the surgery. This was like 3 hours after my surgery when I was at home. Because after my surgery, they made me go, not made me, after you come out of there, they take you up because you don't have a recovery because you don't have to wake up because you didn't get put to sleep. See, any other surgery, I woke up in recovery. 1 minute you counting, 1 minute you're talking to the doctors, and the next minute you're waking up in recovery, this cold room. And I'm like, am I in heaven? Because it's so bright in here. But you were really just in a clean, all whited room because you're in recovery. But with this, there was no coming out of recovery. When he got done, he said, you have to go upstairs to the room. So they had you in a room like you were staying the night. And I kept thinking, I don't want to stay the night. And he said, you go in the room because we want to wait at least 90 minutes to make sure that you don't like black out. Or I'm thinking, black out, any of this type of stuff, no problems. So me and my mother sat and watched my 600-pound life. And that's what we watched. And we just chilled and was talking. I thought everything was normal. I kept telling my mother, like, I just want to stop and get something to eat. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, we could go to Walmart. She said, Danny, we ain't going to Walmart. I'll stop and get you something to eat. Then I'm going to drop you off at home. It's because I had to go back the next day because you have an appointment the next day. And she said, well, tomorrow, if you feeling better, when they remove the brick off your eye. So you got this brick, this white, and your whole face feel like it's covered up. Because the thing is this big. And when I went home, everything was fine. Everybody, oh, how do you feel? I'm like, I feel normal. I feel, copacetic. I feel fine. I went in the room. I ain't even gonna lie, y'all. I'm sitting there looking at some green, thinking, I'll probably wait a little later to smoke, but I'm going to twist up now while my eye's still working. And my eye started twitching, like feeling annoyed, like, oh, I feel like my left eye is crossing. Oh, what's going on with my eye? And I said, maybe I need to take a nap. And I laid down, I went to sleep. I didn't sleep for like an hour, and I woke up and I couldn't open my eyes. And it all began, and it was a process. And literally, when I went to the doctor the next day, they hit them things to open it up. They took that thing off my eye, and both my eyes opened up. But when I came in there, I was in there. I came in the hospital with a wheelchair. I know they was probably like, she team too much. I told my mother, like, I can't say. They had to walk me down to the car. You know what I mean? Only thing I knew, like, I could go to the bathroom without being able to open my eyes and move in my house because I knew my house. So I knew where to go. I knew how to step around. Ooh, the thought. That's why when I just went to this last one, he said, I'm gonna tell you that right now we wouldn't be doing no, cornea transplant. But I couldn't say that it wouldn't be something that we wouldn't do, in your lifetime. I said it won't be in this lifetime. Mm-mm, mm-mm. I thank God that I mentally came back stronger than I ever mentally have been. And I still got a long way to go. But oh, it took a mental toll on me. When I tell y'all, it took a toll on me, but it taught me how to listen. It taught me how to listen. And it taught me that no matter how strong you are, how tough you are, that you can't do everything for yourself. You know. And I mean, this sat me down. It's had me completely out of work for the last year and a half. You know what I mean? The pandemic was first, but I could have went back, but I went into the surgery right when it was time to go back. A month before I would have went back, I was gonna go back to work, and the month before that, that month before I went back, I found out, and I was like, "Oh, this is crappy." But I'll be back in about 4 months, and shoot, that was it. That was almost 2 years ago. And so sometimes it kind of defeats me, like especially when everything happened and they were selling the house and it was just too expensive and moving. I'm like, at a time like this, when I am fighting a disability, and then people, they'll see you and they'll think, oh, you can see perfectly. Look at this. Did you read what I just wrote on that screen? I can't see the screen. Then some people will make fun. You know what I'm saying? You just can't win. So sometimes you don't even tell people what's going on with you. That some people don't. I will. I tell you in a heartbeat. So when you sitting there, just like this lady one day said to me, I'll never forget, because people say such rude things in life. You better know how to respond. One day this lady said to me, like, I wonder what your mama was thinking when you had all them kids by the time you was 20. I know she was disappointed in herself. I said, no, she was glad because by the time I was 21, I had cancer on my ovaries. You had cancer? See, now people want to hold a conversation. Be careful what you say to somebody because you never know where somebody been and what they've been through. So because of that, I have no ovaries, sweetie. So if I never had these kids, I'd never have a kid. Sit down. Wrench around and wrench it off when you finish. So you never, that's what I tell you. I be careful what I say to people because you never know. You never know. So my mama blessed. She loved me. Hey, Heidi. Girl, Heidi, I done said twice I was going to get off of here. Ever since my eyes started itching, you know I'm that auntie that don't stop. I'm going to IG you, Heidi. I was going to ask you about Tamara. I know you at work. I didn't even see you in here. Hey, sis, thanks for coming through. But yeah, that eye. No. But it made me better. It made me better. It made me see things different. It made me not only see things different, it made me hear better. It made me listen to the whole thing. So sometimes people will think, because like I said, just like I said about YouTube, in real life, people think, so if my buddy tells me they don't like somebody and I'm not saying the same thing, it's like I'm defending that person. No, I'm not. I'm not defending shit. I'm just saying how I see it. I don't have to see it like you to understand what you're going through. I'm just telling you how I had to take it into my head. And I gotta tell myself, I can't say, "Ooh, if that was me, I'd be pissed." But if it's you, I don't understand why you mad. I'm no better than you. I'm no better than you. But that, just thinking about that, y'all. But I've come so far with it, so I am proud, and I love my doctor. I love that my doctor wasn't a doctor that instantly said, let's just do this surgery over. And then we just keep starting that process over and over and over. And I'm glad we have fought this through and that what we have done has worked. I'm really glad. And like I said, it's been a long journey, but we right now are closer to talking about putting me in glasses than we have been in 2 years. So I'm like, and originally that was supposed to be in a 6-month plan. But life didn't have that for me. And the truth of the matter is, if it did have that for me, I probably wouldn't be in this situation because it obviously had a purpose and a reason for me to sit still, for me to learn to follow. The pandemic gave us a way to follow your dreams. Because what was you losing? You couldn't go to work. It learned, to either make you be tired of you or love you more. It made you realize if you was in something good or just settling or whatever. It really opened up. Don't get me wrong, but in it hurt a lot, but it opened up a lot. So I'm thankful for my doctor. Right? I thought, well, when they said I wasn't going to be asleep, well, for me, because I've had major surgeries, I've had my, when they had to cut, open me a stomach, I've had a piece of my intestines taken out, you know what I'm saying? I've had ovaries removed. So when you've had those, I had my gallbladder removed. When you've had all these big surgeries where they put you to sleep, when they said down to sleep, I thought, oh, this is a walk in the park. I could do. And then they said it was a in and out. I didn't even spend the night. Oh, I was like, oh, this ain't nothing. This ain't nothing. But I lied. The lies, the lies they tell. I didn't have peripheral vision for like 8 months. I can't make this up. You could walk up on the side of me, I couldn't see you. Oh, that was scary. But what really just put me in a depression? I told y'all my son was walking down the street and I didn't know who he was. And that's when I just broke. I broke and thought, man, so you gonna give me illnesses? I mean, I was talking to God. Hey, so you gonna give me illnesses when I was a shorty, so I be in surgeries? You gonna give me learning curves? You gonna make me a golly green giant? You know what I mean? And then you gonna take my vision? What have I done? I literally, and I kid you not, every time I hear the same thing. The same thing that's tattooed on my arm. You was given his life because you're strong enough to live it. You know. And some days I'd say I don't want to be that strong. And then, like I said, just when I started getting a little better with my eye, the whole thing came up last year with my house, where I found out in May that came August 1st, the house was going to be up for sale. And, I was first offered to buy the house, but then it was all jacked up in price on a price it wasn't worth, and it wouldn't have benefited me in any form of the fashion or been a good investment in any form of the fashion. And I just thought, like, I know I am not going from 6 years in the exact same place, never missed one freaking fucking rent, and now I'm gone. And I just was, like I said, May last year, May of last year until July 1st of last year, I was at the end of my ropes. I had decided that I couldn't take nothing else bad no more. That I was done. I remember laying in my bed for 4 days. That's why even right now, when my mind try to slip a little bit, I know it's because it's thinking about last year. It's thinking about where I'm at this year because of, and so what I, like I said, you gotta look back and say, you know what, I ain't even over there no more. You gotta look back, but yeah, man, last year all hard. From the moment I got that news, I don't even remember saying happy birthday to my daughter on her birthday in May last year. I don't remember anything about May. I just remember being so hurt, so lost. I'm like, I got this whole disability. I can't work. I can't get on disability because since it's not that my leg got cut off or nothing like that, then they saying I have to have it for over a year. The unemployment cuts off in September. That's all I could think. And I literally gotta save every dime because, like I said, I work to make good money, so I got great unemployment. I didn't scam the government on shit. They gave me what was mine, and I got great money from the government. Then when they added money, I said, "Oh, whoa, we got living here." But I had to save money, and some days I jagged money because I was so freaking angry. Mm. It was a hard one. It was a hard one. It was days I thought, if my landlord come over here, they gonna take up out of here in a plastic bag. So it's better we don't see each other. You know, it was a hard one. And then I had hit me one day like, no matter what, she didn't do something wrong to me. She did what she should have did. There was a buyer's market, and a seller's market, and she could sell this home and put that money out for her children. And that's an investment. If that's what you should do, that's what you should do. And if I don't want to pay the price, or I could, and even if I could, but if I didn't want to or I couldn't, then it's just not what's for me. And that thankfully I did for 6 years have a home that I'd raised my children in, and I kept a roof over their head, and I kept, what I'm saying? So I had to count what was good out of it so I could let go of that anger, that pain, that entitlement, that whatever it was I was feeling. Like I had to like push that shit out. But I ain't gonna even lie to y'all, it was killing me. It was killing me because I come from a place where you hurt me and I hurt you back. You cut me and I would cut off your arm. Like I just came from that place. So and if you didn't, you was a sucker, you was a goofy, you was a lame, you was a fool, you was a I had 3 dogs, 2 elderly and me. My sister was about to get her house. So like I said, we call it house sitting. We call it co-parenting. Because I had her dog for 8 years, so I still call it mine, like it's mine, and she still got her. And she old like damn. Um, but I had to let go of that. And my animals, especially during my eye, like during that period of my eye, people who lived in the house, the kids, my brother, they had lives, they going about their business, and it's like they wouldn't even think about me. But these dogs, they cared about me, they loved me, they were my company. They were the reason that even when I'd be there with them, I still had to get up and take them out. I still had to feed them, and I still had to be responsible for something. And I felt like some days they was giving me a hand. They wouldn't give me no hand. But yeah, I couldn't turn my back on them. I made vows to them till death do us part. Not because we married, because I'm loyal. Some things are reason, season, lifetime. They a lifetime to me, meaning whatever our lifetime together is. So yeah, but and then I took Diamond and Cleo, and Knee. And then in January 2nd of this year, I lost Diamond. And even right now, and I know it hits me. Some days it hits me. You know. Some days it hits me. Like in this magical year we've had. But yeah. And like to this day, when I'm going through my phone, I'm looking for a picture, or I'm getting ready to post something, I'm looking through for something or whatever. If I even see a picture of her, I don't go to it. Like I said, I ain't there yet. And when you in the storm, sometimes you just in the shelter. It's not that it stopped raining. Um, you're just in the shelter, so it almost is. It's a build up, but you're still trying to live with it. But you know, I go. You know, so I definitely think about it all the time. But I know when I move into my first place without her. Like I said, every place I've ever had since my very first home outside of living with my family like that. She done been there with me. So it's weird. Even like when we came back from Chicago, there was a moment when I was leaving Georgia where I felt like, I'm forgetting something. Woo. And there's moments like that. Mm. Sorry about that. It's moments like that when like I said, I never forget her. Mm. But watch out, Bumblebee. But yeah, so like, Mama, don't be afraid. Now you want to bite. Get. Look at me. I'm so full of he just want to play. You can't start with it. You can't start. But yeah, like I said, so it's moments like that where just you had these weird moments, but I'll be like, oh. But yeah, that's how I felt when I left Georgia because I came with her. I came with her. And I had to leave a piece of my heart there. Whew. I should have got out of here before I started talking about Diamond. But nah, so like I said, but once again, in life, those are tears of joy and sadness. Tears of joy that I ever had her. Shoot, best 16 years, even when she got on my nerves. Cause honey, if y'all knew Diamond, y'all think y'all like Nino. You love Diamond, but Diamond was so full of it. Oh wait. Oh, she was so full of it. And so spoiled. Mm-mm-mm. The reason Nino had so much training is because Diamond was so spoiled. When I say spoiled, Diamond was so spoiled. Because she also was my first dog, so she could do whatever she liked. And I thought that if I trained her on a pad and outside, it'd be good. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, don't do it. Don't do it. But yeah, but she was my heart. Yeah, like I told you I was gonna get out now. I'm like, let me keep talking to them because I'm not even gonna go into a sad mood. Oh yeah, they everything. Hold on. Go me. Go. Why do you keep walking right in front? So full of it. So full of it. So but what's funny now, when I did get Nina, one of the things I was so happy about was that Diamond and Cleo were still at an age where they could be a part of life for him. So they could teach him things, have fun with him, love on him, spoil him like he was the baby and they were the older ones, be jelly of him, whatever. But I knew they could have that kind of relationship. And so today, in current time, especially with Cleo living with my sister and Diamond being gone, I see them in him. He got so much of the two of those. So he's like Cleo Diamond and then Nino. He's like all of them in one is him. His dramatics and his extra rub slut. Diamond and Cleo was like that. Well, Cleo wasn't dramatic. Cleo was like mommy dog, and Diamond was like dramatic. Give me a movie. She's gonna be the star of the movie for the drama. That was them. Extra spoiled. Oh, because she was the only dog forever. So she was extra spoiled. Extra spoiled. And so I had her for 8 years before I took my sister's dog on. So Diamond was just extra spoiled. So yeah, so I was glad to have her. I was glad. That's the only hard part, and you know you gotta know. And I used to have to tell my children that the animals will go before us, and it'll be best because we never have to worry about them not having us. You know what I mean? But it's gonna be hard. And I even with Diamond, as she got older, and I was calling, and you had to wait until the day after, which she passed on the second, the day after the first. All these places, I was calling, it was closed for that holiday. But I kept thinking about how hard it was going to be to take her to go put her down, you know, and how I always had this vision about if it came to this day, I'd this and I'd feel like this and this is what I do. But I didn't feel any of those, but I knew I had to because I didn't want her to suffer. I didn't want to, what if she's in pain, but she seems normal? I thought about all those things, right? And I was glad it went the way it went because I still know, it's this part of you, they'd be like, oh, no, they're fine. I don't want to do that. And I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to be wrong. But then I didn't want to play God. I don't know. I just felt all kinds of ways about it. But I knew that I didn't want her to suffer. So if she was suffering in any type of way, I wouldn't let her. I wouldn't. Not for my selfish reasons. That's right. And even me, he looked for her for almost a month. Every day. He looked like in these weird places, like when he'd go outside, he'd go to where she'd be at looking for her, you know. But like I said, a lot of this I don't talk about. So the fact that I'm even sitting here saying it means I've actually came a long way because I really don't like to hold a conversation about her right now because it's a very sensitive spot. Even when I hear somebody saying something about their fur, because I'm already still in baby sensitive land with that. But it's a grieving and coping mechanism. So, you got to learn how to cope with it because it's a hard one. It's a hard loss, It's the circle of life, though. And like I said, a blessing. 16 years I got with that dog. 16 years. But also another reason it's sad to talk about her is because Diamond is born on the 4th of July. So if you know, every year me and my kids gonna sing that to her. Born on the 4th of July. She's my Yankee Doodle sweetheart. So yeah, so like I said, right now, I think that's why I had to honestly ask myself, like, why are you getting so pressure and feeling it's all because you're thinking about mentally, just that same time of year from last year. But I'm wiser now. I'm stronger now. You know what I mean? And it's not that I wasn't wise then or I was doing something wrong. It's just I'm wiser now. I'm stronger now. I'm braver now. So just never want to go through nothing like this again, but I'm glad I made it out. I want to get your scratchy booty scratch. That. Oh, that's what I'm gonna watch today. Tropical Thunder. That movie is hilarious. Me. That movie is hilarious. I don't know if y'all seen Tropical Thunder, but that's a good one. Hey Tina sis, how you doing? Oh yeah. When you like I said, when you have to do it, and that's what I knew. I knew people, and it's I had some friends, and look, I just moved the whole thing. He just look out. I just moved the whole thing. He just laid right back there on the computer. I can't. You the reason why I'm not staying on the computer just because you act. Neat. Look, y'all gonna see pieces of Neat because he keeps forcing himself into the computer. Gosh, he's such a toddler. But anyway, Yeah, and I had some friends, and I'm like, wow, it's so brave, and like nobody's going in there, like, oh, I'm so excited, I'm going to do this. No, and I'm like, it's hard, but like I said, it's just doing what's best, you know. It's just when you're doing what's best. But I never laugh at nobody and how they feel about their animals. And them fur baby, that's your fan. Okay. Back to full time tomorrow. Need I don't know why y'all he wants to lay on this computer so bad. I've moved it 3 times and he's managed to move his whole body. You might think you so heavy, but I can move you. He is so dramatic. I'm like, why is it every time I move this computer, he just pop his head onto the He's back. He's back. Goodbye, Nina. Go. No, you go. Go lay down and get you some night night or something. He said, no, I'm gonna come sit right behind you and lay down. Look, I'm gonna lay down right behind. There's no y'all. When I tell you he's probably hanging off the edge of the bed. There was really not enough room for you to come back here, sir. Like, I mean, who does this? I'll tell y'all who doesn't. Nina. I'll tell you who doesn't. This dog right here. So nice. Okay, he's so full of it. He's so full of it. The toilets are jelly. They are that jealous. But yeah, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here because I've probably been on here like 2 hours. Yeah. But yeah, I've been on here 2 hours. Wow, time flies. Time flies. But like I said, and today is just a chillax day, trying to stay busy, stay doing positive things, that bring me positive energy. That's literally what I'm trying to do today. So that's why I even came live twice, because I'm like, you know what? I don't never come on here and feel bad. Like even when I'm going through, I can hold a conversation with you all about that, or talk about it and actually feel a little better. And then on top of it, we all be in here chilling or laughing or chilling and talking or chilling. And I realize I'm not alone in that, or people been through the same things and you hear it, or just like Slide and talking about her fur baby, and it's just a hard thing, or just being able to relate. And I don't know. So it's always a good time for me when I come in the BM. It's always, hey G5. Man, no one can't run out the door if you just coming in. Yeah, he is. I'm telling you, when it comes to Nino, and I'm so like I said, when we do a lazy day, or especially when we do like I'm chilling day, I'm not really going anywhere. Like I made a run, but I was gone maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Because I walked down the store. It's across the street in the shopping mall. Oh, I think I walked to Tony on one of the videos in here, but it's at the end. So it's really like, even though the whole shopping mall is like the little shopping center area is like 3 blocks long, it's at the end. It's all the way at the end. So I had walked over there and walked back. So I really haven't been anywhere. So it's been nothing but me and him all morning. We got up super early, went outside. He came back in, he ate, got a treat. He just been on chillax mode all day. So on any type of day like that, he like, wait, girl, you been talking for 2 hours and I'm just sitting here listening. Say you don't even got the TV on and we watching the movie together. What's going on with you? But I love him so much. Right, Bill? Nina. Look at his tail. Yeah, I can see his tail. Hey, Nina. You see his tail. He got the bar. You see his tail like a rat. Nina, I love you so much. You know that? Did anybody tell you that, Bob? They said you was trying to let me know it's time to go. Is it because you miss me so much? And you need me so bad that you had to let me know that I need to shut up? Be nice. Be nice. But yeah. Like I said, so you see this, how I'm laying on his head and just chilling. This is about what my day looks like today, guys. This is it looks like me chilling with the dog, watching some movies, um, taking them out, taking him, but right now, like when we get done, I'm gonna take him out. I took him out right before we started just to go out, but he's gonna go for a walk. Probably we're gonna go for another walk about 8. Then the rest of his trips for the day will just be going out to the doggy park in the back. But I'm gonna take him for a walk about 8, 8 o'clock. But yeah, that's what I'm on, guys. A super chillax day. I refuse. I told my own brain this morning. I don't know where you're trying to go, but I'm not going. I don't know where it is you want to take me, but I ain't going. I'm good. And then that's when I started realizing like where I was. Like, so that's why I had the whole wisdom this morning. Like, wait a minute, honey, you done came too far from that mentality to go back. To go back. I feel dumb on myself for doing like, oh, you know better. You know better, you do better. So I was like, oh no, then you know what I do? Every time I think, well, you know what, I just gonna sit and run my mouth a little bit. I'm gonna sit and come see what they doing. I'm gonna sit and put a game together and do that. Then that's what I'm gonna do. So you'll just see it pop up. Oh, there you going live again today. But usually I'm just going live because I'm talking and I like to break things into different videos. So I don't want to have one with too much, you know. I just try to have a topic, but sometimes I'm just freely talking. Yeah. So guys, this is my final time saying I'm about to get on up out of here. Go take old stinker butt outside. Right, stinker? You wanna go outside and use the bathroom? He said he just wanna go outside. He said, did you say outside and use the bathroom? Let's go. So yeah, so that's what we're about to do. So guys, I will get back at you all later. Like I said, if I don't come back live, well, I can't say what it's still early, what I'm gonna do. I don't know. But like I said, I am definitely using this channel as another one of my ways to learn how to reprogram how you think. I'm not gonna lay around in the thought. I'm not gonna beat myself up, and I'll come on here sometimes. So that'll be one of the ways I use this channel too. When you're feeling like that, so yeah, kids, dogs, finding a crib, life, life. And I thought it was supposed to get easier, y'all, when you get grown. Every time I hear kids saying, I can't wait till I'm grown, I think you're a lie. You a lie. Because they come with a lot of work, they come with a lot of stuff. It's a lot to it. But I think I'm finally grown because it's not just age. I'm finally on some grown up shit. Mentally, y'all. I wanted to clear that up because I got a lot of grown ups doing some other areas. But all right, guys, I'm out of here. Love you guys. Nee, say bye. Nina, we out of here. I'll talk to y'all later. Thank you, Emma. Thank you, Susan. I don't think Emma was there. Is Emma in here? I think she was earlier. I think she stopped in. She was taking care of something. But thank you guys for being here. Thanks everybody for coming in and respecting me and respecting each other. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Ugh.